Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. For this presentation, we will be diving into chapter 7 all about promoting export and import entrepreneur.
For table of contents, the first one we have types of businesses, export and import, which we have export management company, EMC, export trading company, ETC, and export import merchant. The second one is we have step to start and export and import businesses, which is get the business order, pick the product to export and import, source the supplier, price the product, find the customer, get the logistics down, and the last one we have names of government agencies.
My name is Nuna Ziha binti Muhammad Razi. My number matrix is 23DLS23F1091. Thank you to my friends for this insightful presentation. Now I will be continuing our discussion at export management companies, EMC, export trading companies, ETC, and import or export merchant. First, let's define an export management company, EMC. An EMC acts as the export department for domestic manufacturers who lack the resources or expertise for direct international sales. Think of them as outsourced export specialists. They specialize in managing the entire export process on behalf of the manufacturer. The key functions of an EMC are comprehensive. They typically include conducting export market research and analysis, developing export strategy, finding foreign buyer and distributor, handling international marketing and sales, and managing logistics and shipping. The key characteristics of an EMC are important to note. They usually work on behalf of the manufacturer producer, acting as their agent. Their expertise covers a broad range of export activities including market research, shipping, marketing, and logistics. Finally, their fees are typically based on a commission on the sales they generate. To illustrate, imagine a small Malaysian chocolate manufacturer waiting to enter the Middle East. They might partner with an EMC. This EMC will then handle identifying markets, finding distributor, managing halal certification, arranging shipping, and handling custom paperwork. This essentially acting as their export division. That's all from me. For the next point, my friend Alia will continue this presentation. Now let's move on to the export trading company, ETC. An ETC is a company that directly purchases goods from domestic manufacturers and then exports and sells these goods in foreign market on its own account. The crucial differences from an EMC is that ETC takes ownership of the goods. The key functions of an ETC include purchasing goods for export, conducting marketing and selling in international market, and arranging logistics and shipping. Unlike EMC, ETC also often provide financing to the manufacturers and bear the risk associated with international trade. That's all from me. For the next point, my friend Alia will continue this presentation.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Alia Davia binti Hadi Edua. My matric number is 23DLS23F1106. Some key characteristics of an ETC include they work based on foreign market demand, they match local suppliers with international buyers, and in many cases, they purchase the goods themselves and then resell them overseas. For example, an ETC might buy large quantities of agricultural products like coffee or grains from multiple local farms and then export those goods to buyers in Europe or Asia. They manage all the logistics and financial transactions, acting as a one-stop solution. Now, let's move on to the export and import merchant. Unlike ETCs, these merchants buy and sell goods internationally for their own account. They are not agents or middlemen. They own the goods, take the risk, and earn profits from the margin between buying and selling prices. Their functions include sourcing products for both import and export, negotiating terms directly with suppliers and buyers, managing logistics and distributions, and handling customs clearance and necessary documentation. Because they own the goods, they are also fully responsible for any risk like product damage or market fluctuations. And for the key characteristics of an import and export merchant, they operate on their own behalf, not for another company. Their profit comes from the price differences between buying and selling. They're involved in every part of the business, from procurement to marketing. For example, imagine an entrepreneur in the UK who imports handmade batik clothing from Indonesia. They buy these products at a low cost, bring them into the UK, and then they sell them under their own brand through shops or online platforms. This is a classic import and export merchant model.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Faris Hakimi bin Muhammad Fazli and the matrix number is 23.23F1104. So today I will talk about steps to start an export and import business. So I will talk about the first one is get the business, the second one is pick the product to export and import, and the third one is source the supplier. So the first one is get the business. So we must make sure the audit is officially confirmed via a perform invoice or sales contract. We must set payment terms, for example, letter of credit, telegraphic transfers or 50% of deposit. We must set shipping term, for example, econ terms such as FOB, CIF or DDP. We must prepare complete documentation such as invoice, packing list and certificate of origin. The second one is pick their product to export and import. We must identify the product that are in high demand in the target country, conduct market research to understand consumer trends and competition. And the last one is check legal requirements or import-export restriction for the product. So the third one is source the supplier, which is we must find reliable supplier through platform such as Alibaba, business directories or international trade fair. We also can check the supplier background and reputation, for example through customer testimonials or factory audits. And the last one of the source the supplier is we must negotiate payment terms, minimum the quantities, delivery time and the product quality.
Okay, so I will continue about price the product. Before we start to an export and import business, we must calculate all related costs. It is purchase cost, shipping cost, tax, insurance, logistic cost and custom agent cost. Then add an appropriate profit margin and consider foreign exchange rates. The last one is adjust price according to the purchasing power of the target market. Next, find the customer. In this step, we use a B2B, meaning a business-to-business platform such as Alibaba, Global Source or TradeKey. Then participate in trade show and international trade missions, and use social media and company website to attract buyers. Lastly, build business relationship through ongoing communication and quality assurance. So, the last step is get the logistic down. Choose the shipping method, sea, air or land, depending on time, cost and product type. Manage custom and export-import documentation requirements. Then use freight forwarder service to facilitate logistics. Last, ensure products are insured while in transit to reduce the risk. So that's all the step to start an export and import business. Thank you.
In my part, I will talk about 5 government agencies that supervise the handling of export and import that's supporting to the business opportunity. So the first one, we have a Royal Malaysia Custom Department, RMCD. The second one is Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI. And the third one is Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE. The next one is Malaysia Investment Development Authority, MIDA. And the last one we have Department of Standards Malaysia, DSM. So in this part, I will explain what is RMCD. RMCD means Royal Malaysia Custom Departments. The main role RMCD is the central authority responsible for controlling, regulating and monitoring import and export activities in Malaysia. Support to business, tarif consultancy. Help businesses understand applicable tarif and exemption, allowing better cost planning for international shipments. So, the second one is Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI. So, the main role of MITI is formulate and implement trade policies and strategies to promote Malaysia industrial development and international trade. Support to business, trade agreement. MITI negotiate Free Trade Agreement, FCAS, and Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, to reduce tarif and open up export markets. So, the third one is Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE. The main role is as an agency under MITI. MATRADE focuses on export promotion, support to business, market intelligence, offers report and insight on potential export markets, including industry trends and buyer behavior.
Hi, I'm Izzat Irfan. So I would like to continue our presentation. I will explain about Malaysian Investment Development Authority, or MIDA. So the main role promotes foreign and domestic investments in Malaysia, especially in export-oriented industries. So actually MIDA actively attracts foreign direct investment, or FDI, and encourages local investment, particularly in sectors that contribute to Malaysia's industrial growth. So MIDA MIDA promotes Malaysia as a competitive, innovative and sustainable investment destination. Also, MIDA help increase Malaysia's trade balance and global competitiveness. And this includes electrical, electronics, automotive, medical devices, and aerospace, among others. The second is support to business. Offers tax incentives and grants to manufacturers involved in export. Support supply chain development and links businesses with global partners. Pioneer status, income tax exemption of up to 70 to 100% for a period of 5 to 10 years for companies involved in promoted activities or products. MIDA also helps strengthen local supply chains by encouraging technology transfers from foreign investors to local firms. Second, supporting Industry 4.0 initiatives such as automation and digitalization of manufacturing processes. And global partnerships, MIDA connects Malaysian companies with international investors, partners and suppliers. For our last slide, I will explain about Department of Standards Malaysia, or DSM. For the main role, DSM is the national standards and accreditation body. DSM actually under the Ministry of Investment, Trade Industry, which is MITI. Its main responsibilities is standardization. It develops and promotes Malaysian standards to ensure quality, safety, and efficiency of products and services. And accreditation, it provides accreditation services to laboratories, inspection bodies, and certification bodies, ensuring their competency and credibility. It ensures these organizations meet international benchmarks, giving Malaysian businesses international recognition. The last one is support to business. Product certification assists exporters in getting products certified for international markets, boosting acceptance overseas. Product certification, DSM facilitates the certification of products to comply with international standards like ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and HACCP. Certification improves market access, especially in countries with strict import regulation. Certified products are seen as high quality and trustworthy, helping Malaysian exporters compete overseas. For example, a Malaysian food manufacturer getting HACCP certification can export to Europe or the US with greater ease. Second, quality assurance. DSM promotes quality management systems in industries to ensure consistency, safety, and reliability. Assures international buyers that Malaysian goods meet global expectations. It also boosts consumer and trade partner confidence, leading to better brand reputation and repeat business. So basically, DSM is crucial in helping Malaysian businesses enhance product quality, gain international recognition, and enter global markets more easily. Through its certification and accreditation services, DSM ensures that Malaysian goods are competitive, safe, and globally accepted. So that's all from our group, and thank you.
That's all from us. Thank you for listening.